Hi, how you doing? This is Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. Well, today I got a little short video on one of my favorite all-time cold steel folders that is going out. It's being discontinued this year. They're not making it no more. So the only ones out there left are the ones that you can get right now. And my suggestion is to go to Cold Steel if you want one, because Cold Steel's selling them for $97. And it's the best buy you're going to get for $97. You know, get a knife this size with this much steel, CTS-XHP steel, for 97 bucks. I got all of mine sitting out here, and I'm going to show you the new one. It's supposed to be an unboxing today, but I couldn't wait. I opened it up already. There's the box that came in. This comes from Cold Steel. Came straight from Cold Steel, Ventura, California. This is the way it came to me. Has a receipt in there. Didn't get a new catalog. Usually they send me a new catalog. Didn't get a new catalog this time. I guess I have to order one. But there it is there. I had to get one before they went out. You can see right there what it is, right? O'Day Grain. DLC. OD Grain DLC. Comes with the extra pocket clip. Put that back in there, it won't be getting used. Toss it out the way. But here it is here. Perfectly centered. Perfect example. CTS-XHP, DLC coated, OD green, American G10 handle scales, American steel. All black hardware. The hardware I believe is Teflon coated, because I've had some other OD green ones, and the lock bar part right in here gets worn out fairly quick from using it. The blade is DLC coated, and the little thumb plate is Teflon coated too, I think. Only the blade's DLC coated. These are my favorite. For extra large knives that Cold Steel makes, the Talwar is my very favorite extra large knife of choice. Even though I'll carry my Voyager XL probably more than this one will be going with me like when I go on bike trips with my buddies and stuff like that. That's usually when I carry a Talwar. But for my everyday needs, my everyday uses, I usually carry the Voyagers. Why? Because I don't want to mess this one up. Simple as that. Because I love these knives. Although I did carry my Oz 8 one all the time. And we'll go through them. This is my first one I got. This was the Oz 8 one. And you can tell has lots of parts polished. It's been all polished. Like I usually do with knives I end up carrying a lot. The pocket clip's kind of worn looking. This one got a lot of pocket time. It's been on a lot of motorcycle rides. Blade's been polished. Just not with sandpaper, just with polish on a buffer. Because I've scratched it up and resharpened it and things like that, and I always polish out the little minor scratches and things like that, just to keep it looking pretty. That's just me being meticulous. But this is the one that turned me on to the Talwars. I absolutely love this knife. This is the Oz 8 version. The balance in these is perfect. Even though they weigh about 8.3 ounces or so, they fit, and the Voyager weighs like 7.9 ounces with the Tonto Voyager, the one I like. These feel lighter because of the balance is so balanced and 50-50. It just feels real perfect. I like the grips in these too, because This gives you a lot of extension, a lot more. It gives you about an inch more extension than the Voyager in the rear grip. Even though they got the same size blade, the handle's a little bit longer. And these blades will cut through meat or flesh or anything. It just slices through it. It's an excellent blade. I don't know why they're discontinuing. This to me is my favorite one. I like these better than the Espadas. I know a lot of people, I'm going to get a lot of feedback on that. A lot of people like Espadas, but I like this one over the Espada. It feels lighter. It's better balanced. And it cuts through things better. And these also stab nicely too. I've had people ask me if these can stab. Yeah, they can stab. Just my number one choice for all the cold steels. If I was just to pick one, this would be the one I'd pick. And they're discontinuing it. Why in the world are they doing that? This is a great knife. I think maybe it looks too menacing or something. I don't know. Or maybe it's because people think the blade's thin because the way this is right here. But it starts with a 4mm stock and comes all the way out here. It's still thick at the point. It's just that they milled this or put a swedge in it. I think that makes people think it's a thin blade, and it's actually not a thin blade. It's, it's a 4mm blade. And they wave pretty nicely out the pocket too. I've done a video recently with my new one that's like this, showing me waving it out my pocket. It waves real nicely. The only thing that catches up on you is like when they're new, because they're really grippy when they're new. This one's been worn down, and it's not that grippy anymore, so it waves straight out the pocket perfectly. But they wave out the pocket really nice. I still think the Raja 2 waves the best. The big Raja with the Grivex grips, that one to me waves the best. For the big knives. But that one's too heavy for me to want to carry. I have one of those too, and I never carry it. It just weighs me down. This one has had a lot of pocket time. I've used it for fishing, filleting cut bait, cutting hoses and lines on motorcycles, all sorts of stuff. It's been a utility knife also, even though when I get a big knife, I usually don't use it for utility purposes. But because I carried it so much, I did end up using it for utility purposes. That's the reason why it's been resharpened and blade's been reprofiled, as you have to do with Oz 8, because Oz 8 goes dull pretty quick. But it's super easy to resharpen. That's one thing I do like about Oz 8. It's a super easy steel to resharpen. And to me, these and Oz 8 are a fine knife too, because the full flat ground blades with Oz 8 steel works okay. The edge will last fairly long. Longer than it will, like, let's say, on a hollow ground blade. It's an excellent blade for cutting. If you want a knife for cutting, this is an excellent knife for cutting. And this was my Oz 8 one that I bought. This one's had a lot of pocket time too. And it's been polished also. Super smooth. Super smooth. Excellent knife. I highly recommend these. It's breaking my heart that they're discontinuing these. To me, it's one of the best knives that they got. I don't think any of the new knives that they're offering are better than these, to tell you the truth. I do like a few of the new knives. I like the Immortal. I'll probably get an Immortal. You guys could expect me to get Immortal. I like the Knife Force, but it's kind of on the expensive side. If the price comes down on those, I might get one. The one made in Italy. These are the ones I'm carrying now, which are just CTS versions of the Oz 8 ones. This one's got some pocket time too. Not a whole lot, but it's got some pocket time. You can tell it hasn't been polished or anything. It's got the original factory edge on it. I've noticed that the CTS-XHP edge does last a lot longer because I have used this one for cutting things. and the edge is remain razor blade sharp. I don't cut hard things that like damage a blade. And when I cut things, I cut them against like a wooden board or something, so I don't damage the blade when I cut all the way through something. Because I don't try to go out and damage my edge. My edge get dull from just regular use. It doesn't get dull from abuse. I grew up using knives, hunting and fishing. My father was an avid outdoorsman, World War II Marine veteran. And he taught me all about knives. So I've always used knives all my life, and I know how to use them. I know how to skin animals and do all that kind of stuff too. And this is a great knife for hunting, fishing, outdoorsman use. It's not like a big camp knife though, like a Bowie knife or something. I wouldn't use it like that. But if you need to use it for your cutting task, or skinning an animal, or dressing a deer, or things like that, or filleting, fish, or making cut bait, this knife's perfect for that. And it's also an awesome self-defense knife. These have the best grip. That's one reason why I like the Talwar so much. To me, the handle is the best. I think this has the best handle out of all the cold steel knives. That's my personal opinion. I think they have the best handle. Not the second best, third best, but the best. This is the best handle. And this blade is one of the best blades for cutting all the way through. They have several flat ground blades, so I'm not going to say this is the best blade, but it's one of the best blades for cutting through things. It's not a pry bar blade. It's not like the Tonto or anything where, it's real thick and heavy all the way through the tip. I wouldn't use it like that. You'd probably bend it or snap it or something. But, if you're going to use it for cutting chores and cutting tasks, this is an awesome blade. One of the best blades that Cold Steel makes. I expect these to go way up in value once they're gone, because it's such a great knife. Unless they reproduce it again, there's going to be a high demand for these. I have a couple more in Oz 8 that I bought as backups to these because I didn't know if they were going to make a CTS. So I always buy two of the things that I like. So I got two more of these that have never been used. Those might end up getting sold when the price goes up. But I'll keep the ones I used. This is a smaller one in CTS. To me, this is a perfect EDC knife. The blade is about 3 3/4 of an inch. They say it listed as being like 4 inches, but it's about 1/4 of an inch short of 4 inches. So if you live in a place where it has a 4-inch blade limit, like it does in most cities in California, then this is a great EDC knife. It's great for self-defense. They're great in a forward and reverse grip. And they fit your hand like a glove. My hands are extra large to 2X large hands, and they fit my hand perfectly. Highly recommend these. I hate to see them go. The new one, CTS-XHP, DLC, OD Green, American G10. These don't have liners or partial liners like the Espadas have. Espadas have partial liners, but you don't need them. All the Espadas are the only series with the partial liners, and that's one of the first series that they made. And I think they thought that they needed the partial liners, but they found out that they didn't, so they didn't reuse them in any other knives. All these have the thick scales. None of them have the thin scales. They have the thicker G10 scales, so it's a super strong handle. I got this one for $97 at Cold Steel. With tax, it was $105. I think it was something like that. About $104 or $105, something like that. Total shipped to my house. The shipping was free. It's an awesome deal. I recommend, anybody who's been putting one of these off or thinking about getting one, go get it from Cold Steel, because I noticed on eBay and Amazon these are already going up. These are the holdouts. The holdouts are going from anywhere from like $125 to $140, $50. And they were right around $100. So they've already gone up. But the holdouts are getting discontinued too. Might score one of those too before I get done. But I like these better than any of the new knives that they're making. And the new knives cost more. The Immortal that I'm interested in is listed as $119 at Knife Center. I'm going to see if I get one cheaper than that, though. I'll wait and see what Midway charges. But I'm sure it's not going to be no more than $10 less, but still probably be like $109 or something, I'm sure. I like the new Frenzy also. SR1's nice. And the the Tonto Golden Eye is another one I'm interested in. But they're not really making any mega folders. The only other mega folder that I see that they're going to have is a special edition Voyager. The Lindsey Thompson's fully serrated one. I'll get that one just to be a collector. I'm not going to use it. It'll just be a collector. The serrated Vaquero, extra large Vaquero. With CTS-XHP, DLC, OD green, Grivex scales. Sort of like the Rolls, only with the Vaquero, serrated Vaquero blade, fully serrated Vaquero blade. The Lindsey Thompson signature on it. To me, that'll just be a collector knife. $97, people. I'm telling you, you're not going to find a nicer knife for $97. This one will be a collector for me. I won't be using this one. I just had to get it. So I'd have two CTS ones. I started to get another one like the one I already had, but I decided I wanted this one instead. Since I already had this one. So I have an Oyabun Koi Bun. The Boss and the Soldier. Highly recommend them. Let's see how much it weighs. .9 ounces. Let's see how much this one weighs. 8.3. Wow, so this one's heavier. This is CTS-XHP one. Let's see how much my Oz 8 one weighs. .8. This one's 8 ounces. This one's 8.3 for some reason. You think that they weigh about the same weight. Weighs a little bit more. 8.3. Let me weigh this one again just to make sure. 7.9 ounces. So this one's lighter. Out of curiosity now, I want to see if what this one weighs compared. 4.9. CTS. 4.9. Oz 8. 4.9. So the smaller ones all weigh the same. Let's see what it says it's supposed to weigh in the book. This is a 2015, number 46, Lindsey Thompson Special Projects catalog. Talwars. They're showing the serrated versions there, with the plain edges down at the bottom. This is the last year that they were in the catalog. They're not in the 2017 catalog. Overall length, 12 3/4 inches. Weight, 8.4 ounces. Wow, so it weighs a lot less. It weighs 7.9 compared to 8.4. Blade thickness, 4 millimeters. The smaller one has a 4 millimeter blade too. Usually the smaller cold steel knives with 4-inch blades or 3.5-inch blades usually have 3.5 millimeter. This one is listed as being a 4 millimeter. They have it weighing 5 ounces. As we showed, it weighed 4.9 for all three different ones, and 9 1/4 inches in length. Well, that's about it, fellas, guys and gals, those who are interested. These are my Talwars. I hate to see them go. To me, this is the best blade, best folding fighter, best blade for hunting, fishing. Well, I like the holdouts for hunting and fishing too. But to me, this has the best handle ergonomics of any of the cold steel knives made that are folding knives, period. And it's being discontinued. Like I said, you can get them at Cold Steel right now for $97 for the extra large. And these are only like 72 bucks. These are going for like 72 bucks at Cold Steel right now. So if you don't have one, I recommend going and getting one. The new knives for this size of knife are averaging, the cheapest one is like about $119 for with a Cold Steel lock, triad lock knife with a 4-inch blade. They're going for like about, the cheapest one up there is like about $119 with the G10 handle scales and CTS or better steel. So this is a bargain right now. 72 bucks at Cold Steel. So I highly recommend that you get one of these. This is better than any of the new knives that they're making, if you ask me. They're going to be going, I bet you they'll go pretty quick too. Once they're gone, they're gone. You won't be able to get a good deal on them no more. These two, I bought them both for 97 bucks. Bought this one last year for 97 bucks at the Cold Steel website when I found out that they were going out, and I hadn't gotten one yet because I've been still using my Oz 8 one. So I got one of these. Got the pair actually. Cold Steel, $97. I recommend buying one. But anyway, that's it. Even if you get an Oz 8 one, these are great blades too. And the Oz 8 ones I notice are going up in price. These are no longer cheap anymore. You used to be able to get these fairly cheap. I think I paid like 70 bucks for this one. And I paid like I want to say $56 for this one on eBay. Both of these I got on eBay. I got them on deals. Years ago. 2 or 3 years ago, something like that. But now even these are around 100 bucks now. You know, 80 to about $100 on eBay. And these are like anywhere from about $60 to about $80. So once they're all gone, I expect the price to even go up even further. I bet you the Oz 8 ones will be over 100, and the small Oz 8 ones will be close to 100. The CTS ones will probably be like $130, $40, and the small CTS ones will probably be a little bit over $100. These are the special edition ones, the OD green ones. They only made them for 1 year. That's the reason why I decided to get the OD greens, because they're special edition. And I expect these to be real expensive. You know, maybe up to the $200 range. Who knows? I bet you these will really jump in price. I remember when I had the Archangels, I paid, I don't know, about 100 bucks, about $125 a piece for all the Archangels I had. I had all 3 of them. And I sold them for $600 a piece. So it's up to y'all. I'd say take advantage of it if you got the extra bucks. I'm not a rich man, so I only got a couple extra ones. But this is my favorite knife, and I know they're gonna jump in value because it's an excellent knife. But anyway, that's about it that I got for you guys today. Hope you guys are having a great 2017. Peace out.